Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about my experience with passing the CFA Level 3 exam. I received a couple of weeks ago the news that I passed the exam and I finally got the charter, so I'm very happy about that. It's been a big relief, and it has been a big achievement for myself that I was able to do it. It's been a long journey because because of the whole pandemic, everything kept getting postponed, and so I'm happy that it's done. I'm happy that I got the charter. So I do want to share a little bit about my experience with studying for the CFA Level 3 exam, because I do think it takes a completely different approach compared to Level 1 and Level 2. So first of all, I would say that when it comes to studying for the CFA Level 3, you have to think of yourself as a portfolio manager. Like that's how you have to envision yourself, because especially when you solve the problems, you will see based on the question that they ask you within the curriculum, they want you to think of yourself as a portfolio manager. The questions are structured in a way that you have to be able to apply the knowledge as you were doing this in real life. So that's one thing that you have to really know whenever you are solving the problems, because some of the problems are very much technical, but they want you to connect all the dots, like between all the curriculum, like between economics, portfolio management, fixed income. You have to think of yourself more like, okay, how would I solve this if I was actually an advisor, if I was actually a portfolio manager. So I think that's the first thing that you have to think of yourself. When I took the CFA Level 3 exam, of course, I'm someone who doesn't like to read like school books, but I did it for the CFA Level 3. I wouldn't say that I read every single chapter, but I did skim through some of the important topics because you have to. I would say that when it comes for the CFA Level 3 preparation, you have to open the book and you do have to go over some of the readings. I wouldn't say like read line by line, but at least read the most important thing. And I would say also make sure to go over the problems within the chapters, because those are very important. You have those at the end of the chapters, then you have those within the chapters, which are like in little boxes. I would say to really focus on those ones, because I would say those ones, they give you a little bit of flavor of what you will expect in real life, and also like a little bit of flavor in terms of difficulty. So I would say to make sure to like focus on the problems that you have within the chapter, and even the ones at the end of the chapter. The difficulty of the CFA Level 3 preparation is that many people think that, okay, you have to write an essay. They probably think that you have to write like pages and pages of answers, but the reality is this is not what they're looking for. They will give you command words, and I would really suggest that you pay attention to what the command words are, like what the question is asking you. Like if they say, okay, identify, then just identify. If they say explain, then just explain. So make sure to understand what the question is asking, because the main challenge when it comes to the CFA Level 3 exam is really time management. And I think that the fact that now you have not just essays, but you also have like multiple choice questions embedded with at the beginning, and also like in the morning and in the afternoon session, is that you have a little bit of both. It's not just, okay, in the morning you just do multiple choice questions, in the afternoon you do open-ended question. Is that they're all mixed, so it helps you a little bit when it comes to time management. But I would say that you really want to master the skill whenever you're writing the CFA Level 3 exam, because that's going to be the biggest challenge when it comes to writing the exam. And so from now on, before you go and actually sit down for the exam, I would really suggest that you work on the time management skills. And I suggest that you do that by making sure that you read the question properly. Like just answer whatever the question is asking you. Like if the question is asking A, then answer A only. Don't answer A, B, and C, because they're not giving you extra points for giving you for answering B and C. So just stick to whatever they're asking you, and in this way you will save time. The other thing is that when it comes to answering the question, they don't want to see like paragraphs of like sentences. All they want to see is that you answer the question, and the best way to answer the question is to have like point forms. So if whenever you're writing or whenever you're practicing, try to get into this habit of like not writing a bunch of sentences, but just to like answer by making points, like listing out the answer or listing out the facts, and then explain them if that's what they want to know. Because if you start writing like long sentences, you will lose your hour, you lose your time right there, and that's where you will not be able to finish the exam. And that's, as I said, that's the biggest challenge. The other thing is that whenever you're practicing or writing the exam, make sure to answer all the questions. Like, you might not be able to get all of them, I would say, but if you want to increase the chances of passing the exam, you make sure to get through all the questions. So that's why I say don't spend too much time on one question, but rather spend the allocated time, the suggested time. They will give you, okay, this question is worth 12 points, which means 12 minutes. So you should be only spending 12 minutes and not more than that. And so don't spend an extra minute on a question if it's not necessary, and make sure to stick to that, and make sure to like follow that throughout the whole exam, so that in this way you are able to answer all the questions. The other thing as well, I bought practice exam from approved providers, and I would say those are very, very important for your preparation, because the CFA exam will give you some practice tests, but that's not enough. That's really not enough, I would say. Do the problems within the website, the ones that you see like on the CFA Institute website, but also make sure to do those. Make sure also to do the mock exam they will be giving you, but if you have the financial ability, make sure also to buy a practice exam from other approved providers, because they will really, really help you a lot. For when it came about my preparation, I don't think I watched any particular videos to prepare myself, not that I remember. Probably I did, actually. I'm not able to remember right now. I don't remember which approved providers I've used many of them, but I do highly suggest that you buy mock exam and materials from other approved providers. And I would say that's pretty much what I would like to share this to start off. I will create a more series where I tell you what I explain a little bit more how to tackle the CFA level 3 exam and how to prepare more. But that's, I would say, what I would like to focus on today. These were some of tips and strategies that I have used for passing the CFA level 3 exam, and I'm very, very happy that I passed it. So hopefully this was very useful, and if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the description below. Make sure to put them in the comments below. So I will see you all next time. Bye bye.